Jenny, before you play in a national or an international event where the stakes are high, is there a routine that you follow to get ready?
No, there's not. I'm not a superstitious person. So whatever happens that day is what happens that day. So if it's a day when my kids come to most of the tournaments, if they wake up early, I wake up early with them. And whenever they want breakfast, I'll have breakfast with them.
How much time would you put into studying your systems?
At the big tournaments, I would probably put in about 2 hours a day.
People have various opinions about playing with relatives. So now you and Gavin are married. What do you think about playing with one of your relatives, either your husband or I know your mother's a world-class player also.
Yeah.
Let's start with the husband. Do you and Gavin play together in world-class events?
We do if we could. Right now it's very difficult because we try to alternate. So especially when we go abroad. In the fall I'm going to China and he's staying home. And we're really trying as much as possible to do that. And if we play together, then it doesn't really work with the kids. So we try not to play together. But it's not because we don't want to. It's just too difficult. It's so much. It's bridge and relationship is very similar in the way how you have to respect your partner or your spouse. So if you can't respect them while playing bridge, it's hard to respect them while you're in a relationship. But bridge really brings out the worst of you.
You think so?
I think so. I
think
because you're really in it. So if you are a competitive person, that will come out. And competitive person, you know, some people are very good at cheering their partner on and being a good partner, and some people are not, and that comes out when you're playing. It's something you can learn, though. I don't think we were as good when we started playing together. We got better, but we worked at it. We didn't give up just after we had a big fight one summer. We walked for 4 hours, and that was that. We got through it. We could have just given up and not played together,
or kept fighting.
Fighting. One of them could have worked,
Right.
But we just got through it, and I think it was really important. If you win with your spouse or with your parent or something, it's amazing. It's not like winning with anybody else.
Really?
It's so much stronger.
Now, it's interesting about women in bridge because a list of the top 100 players in the world wouldn't include a lot of women. Do you agree with that? Very small percentage. Why is that, do you think?
I think time commitment. Not only when you have children or when you have a job, there's so much more that a woman put energy into. Bridge is very important to just focus on bridge. And if you want to be able to put in 10, when you first start and you want to get better, you have to put in 10-hour days of bridge. Well, this is really hard for women because they want to, work, they want to take care of their children, they want to exercise, they want to go on these 4-hour walks. It's, there are a lot of things. And at least Gavin, my husband, is much better at putting a large amount of time in one thing and getting good at it. And for me, I find it very hard to put in a lot of time. A large amount of men being very good at something, then it's even harder for a woman to get into it because there is a woman category. That's one of the problems.
So you don't play against the top players frequently because women aren't in that category.
Exactly, they're playing in the women's and then they don't play. So even if there's some women that are so good, they're playing in the women's and they're not getting better, and they're not getting to play with male players. Of course, you can pick to play in the open, but then you have to get a very good partner.
What is there about teaching bridge that you like? I'm assuming you like it.
I do like it. I like it very much. I like when I can see people learning or just enjoying learning.
What other advice do you have for those social players wanting to go out and play and have a decent result?
I think the best important lesson that you can take in is to listen. Even if they're 10 times as worse as you are, then they probably have a pretty reason why they made a mistake, and you probably could have helped them. So I think you should listen to your partner and listen to your opponents instead of thinking too much and talking too much. Just listen. I think that's a really important lesson when you're first starting to play bridge or even as an average player, or even as a top player, is to listen to other people, because your thoughts are with you when you go home, but other people's thoughts are not. So.
Now, do you have any advice for us as far as conventions? I know that's sort of a common topic, but do we have to play a lot of them in order to succeed?
Eventually you do, but not so many. You just have to be open-minded for new styles. I had this special couple that we've been teaching for a couple years now, and they started off, the husband was a rubber bridge player and didn't want to play takeout doubles or any of these conventions. And when he started playing more conventions, I'm not saying 100 conventions, just more open-minded about a new style. He and his wife went to the Bridge Cup and won the next day. And it was just, I think you need to be open-minded. You don't have to play 100 conventions, but you have to not play 1950s bridge in today's world. So you don't have to play 100 conventions, you have to play up-to-date bridge, which is takeout doubles and a little bit more aggression, overcalling when you might not want to, but do it, opening with 12 points. These are not conventions, they're styles. So.
Is there anything you'd change about the game?
Keeping it up to date. Right now the games are 3.5 hours. Most of the time they run from 12:30 till, if you go slow, to 4:30. If they have shorter periods of times, if I was 16 years old, that time wouldn't really work well with me. And maybe playing 3 to 5, having more games throughout the day, which are shorter. So if you want to spend your afternoon playing bridge, you can sign up for 2 games. And if you want to sign up for 1 game for 2 hours, then you are able to do that. Because not every day you're able to put 4 hours of your time into one thing. So I think we need to be more flexible with today's society.
Bridge is good for your health. Now that's an interesting statement. What do you mean by that? Some people would have the opposite opinion.
When you're 70 years old, when you're 80 years old, it's you don't go to work anymore. You don't have scheduled activities. To go to bridge every day and use your mind will never get old. It will stay up to date. You'll just your Alzheimer's rates will go down, and as healthy as we want to be fit, we want to be able to run. If your mind is old, then it doesn't matter. You could be in a wheelchair and play bridge, and it's amazing. So I'd much rather be playing bridge and not be as healthy with my body as being old and be able to run marathons and not use my mind. So if you start playing bridge when you're 30 and you're able to keep it up when you're 90, it's just so great for your mind. Bridge is taking off in China and in Europe and in the United States too, for Bridge Base and all these organizations where you can play online. And it's just amazing. It's better for young players. They don't have the time to go and sit for 5 hours or 4 hours to drive somewhere. They want to play for 1 hour and then be done. It's very hard to track how many people are actually playing. But I think bridge for younger players are changing shape, so you might not see them, but they're there. Bridge is being taught in a lot of places around the world at schools, and there's a place for bridge. No matter what year it is, there will always be a place for bridge. There's nothing like it.
Thank you.
Thank you.